January is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and that's why we're hanging out with the Alzheimer Society of Saskatchewan here in the city. Right now I'm joined by Connie. Now Connie is a big part of this association, and she's got a big part in just educating the community about what the disease is. So Connie, let's just start right there. Define for us, what is Alzheimer's?
All right, Alzheimer's is one form of dementia. Dementia is like the umbrella term, and under that falls Alzheimer's disease, frontal temporal lobe dementia, Lewy body dementia, vascular dementia, and others. It would be general loss of memory, difficulty with day-to-day tasks. Word finding difficulty may be another sign. Putting something someplace, not being able to find it. Not being able to balance a checkbook, perhaps. Doing things like you make a pot of coffee every day and all of a sudden you don't know those sequential steps in order to do that. So those might be some of the first signs that a person might see.
So now, neurologically speaking, is what's happening up in the brain for those things to be happening?
There's what we call plaques and tangles, to put it very simple, in the brain.
It's complex,
and
I'm sure.
It's very complex, as the brain is. And so what happens is it's basically a misfiring, or the word or the message not getting through. And so depending on what type of dementia a person has, where the damage is done in the brain will determine what sorts of functions are lost.
Okay.
And so that's really the important part, is to find out and get a diagnosis. In Saskatchewan right now we have about 18,000 people living with dementia. And looking at the Rising Tide report, which is a report that the Alzheimer Society of Canada put together in 2010, it's on a rise. It's over 23,000 people are possible within the next 30 years of having the disease. Also, you mentioned it being Alzheimer Awareness Month, and that campaign is the 72% campaign, is what they're calling it. And what that is looking at the prevalence of the connection of women with Alzheimer's disease. And so within Canada, 72% of the people with Alzheimer's disease are women.
Is it a lifelong disease?
It is a lifelong.
Yeah.
It's a degenerative disease, neurological disease, and a progressive disease.
Right,
so 2 to 10 years is the average of a person living with Alzheimer's disease. So. And a lot of changes happen over those 2 to 10 years.
Absolutely, and that's why that support is necessary. So we're actually going to meet Bev and Tom later in the show, and they're going to talk to us about their personal experience with dementia. So don't go anywhere on today's Go Saskatoon.